Like Google and everything else, they always changing stuff.
Okay, folks, we're about to get started. So this is more of a review than it is a first look at course. This class is on demographics research project. Let's get started. Now, also, to the next class, after we finish the next class, we're going to go and look at some sites and do some research. So we start off with the question of what is quantitative research? Would you read what is quantitative research?
I'm trying to find the Zoom. Somehow it's missing. Where is it?
Oh,
Can
you
you
don't see it?
wait a minute. Okay, here it is. Okay.
And you
So
talking about me?
I touched anyway, I went and got me a new computer when like from last week. So
Oh,
it's
you go ahead now. It's okay.
credit card. So quantitative research, any data that can be counted or measured, number, statistic, and variable data points. And so quantitative research focus on what is happening. Quantitative research focus on what is happening in the community, the population, the income, crime, and the crime rate. Qualitative research explore why something happens. Today is exclusively about quantitative data.
Yes, this class
Demographic.
tonight is going to be about quantitative data. We're going to go back to quantitative data because that's like a 15-minute course. But this course right here is going to be longer because it's going to talk about where do we get the information. Now go all the way down to the bottom and talk about today's goal.
All the way down to the bottom. Today's code. Let me see. I need to identifying data sets and data points that support your nonprofit need statement.
And I said earlier when we was on need state that if there is no need, if there is no problem, there is no money. That's why you want to be able to paint a true picture as to what the problem is. And we can only do this by evidence data driven information. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so what are we going to cover tonight? First, we're going to be looking at 6 different research sites. Then we're going to talk about data sets and data points. And when we talk about data sets and data points, we're talking about population, income, housing, crime, health, and the core matrix that you need for your needs state. We're also going to explore crime data sources. Here is what we're going to talk about the site called zipcode.com, and which gives us an opportunity to look at violent crime, property crime, and the frequency of data. Then we're going to go to the health department. The health department, when we go to that site, it's going to tell us about life expectancy, chronic illness rates, and behavioral factors affecting the community by zip code. And then we're going to do some Google techniques. And finally, we're going to end with target marketing, geographic, demographic, and psychographic and behavioral. These are the 4 types of marketing skill sets. You can use this in your day-to-day practice. When we talk about when we talk about targeted marketing, let's go here. Okay, read this for me.
Crime index. um it's areavibes.com community snapshot. Crime index, neighborhood crime rating and breakdown by category, overall grade plus individual crime types, cost of living and real estate, medium rent, medium rent, home value, housing, occupancy and vacancy rate across the community. Demographics is population total, medium age, male slash female, ratio, race breakdown in language spoken, school and education, school quality rating is public rating for public and private school serving the community. We have housing. Let me see. Oh, let me go down.
Yeah, you can't, for some reason, it cuts off. But it's going to deal with household income distribution. Okay, and we're going to go to this site at the end of class. We're going to go back and go to the site itself. Then I'm going to want you to put your zip code in there and see what comes up with your zip code.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing we want to look at is what's known as zip code based community data. We want to look at that also. When we look at this, we're going to be able to talk about population and genders, real estate and housing, income and earning, employment status, transportation, and education. Okay? The other thing we want to talk about when we go to looking at crime is how to grade crime in your neighborhood. For example, in your zip code, when you do your zip code, when your zip code come up, you're going to find out what grade do you have for your zip code. What you want is a grade A. Because you got anything that's C and D, that means you got high crime in your neighborhood.
Wait a minute. Oh, I probably have high crime in my neighborhood.
We're
Yeah.
going to find out tonight.
Oh, oh my
We're going to
goodness.
find out tonight.
So what does that? That's bad when you're trying to. Well, when you're trying to write a grant to improve,
It's
that's bad.
not bad if your purpose is doing a youth program. And the purpose of the youth program is to reduce crime.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying? Then it's a good thing. Because what you're trying to show, hey, we need money because
Yeah.
here is the violent crime that's occurring in our neighborhood.
If it's already a rich neighborhood, we don't need anything because they already have everything going for them, right?
Yeah. So you wouldn't need this if you was a rich neighborhood. But, and again, what's another reason you need this? If you're doing education. If
Yeah.
you're doing education, it's going to be
Yeah.
important because they show that kids that come from poor neighborhoods tend to do poor in school.
Hmm.
So if you
Hmm.
can make an argument that not only is this is a poor neighborhood, but also is crime
Right.
infested.
It is. And Future
So this
Heroes
is how we want
Academy
to use
will
that data.
Future Heroes Academy intention is to clean it up. And addition to that, when a child care comes in, it really cleans up because my neighborhood is cleaned up because of, you know,
Exactly.
because of the child care. Yeah.
Exactly. Because what you want to make an argument about is that why the crime might be high in your neighborhood, that because you're starting early with these kids, it's going to reduce the likelihood that they'll be part of the stats. So you
Michael,
always want to use it to make it
Michael, let
work for
me let
you.
me ask you something also because this, the crime area. When I went to conference, someone kind of threw a nugget in my Future Heroes Academy. Um, My goal is every child that comes in to put away something, start something towards college. So what could that look like?
Well,
What could like look like?
it could be a financial literacy course that you put together. And what you teach the
I'm
parents
talking about
to
something
start,
I'm talking about something financial to kind of get them started as a like for instance as a baby, and
right.
then when they I don't know when they
Believe it or not, you can teach little kids about saving. You can teach little kids about credit. You
but
can teach little kids about stocks and bonds. You
it's
just have to bring it down to that level. Because guess what? In the Jewish community, those kids
they do. It's true.
learn from age 6 and up
It's
about
true.
financial literacy.
It's true. But
Age 6.
I was thinking about a savings, something a savings for them for college though. I was thinking more like a savings.
Well, a saving is good, but you want to take it all the way to the point of not only saving for college, but
Education
knowing how
ones,
to
yeah.
invest money
Yeah,
so they can have money to go to college.
yeah. So we
So
start
yeah,
like
you
an
want to
investment fund even now at the age.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. You want to fold that all into one. Whatever you do, you want to show that what you're doing is unique in terms of what other people are doing. So other people are teaching about saving for college and what have you, but you're also teaching the kids how to invest. Do you know if a child starts to invest at about age 12, by the time they age 35, they don't have to work another day in their life because they
I
would have
know.
put it into stocks and bonds and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a
It's
class like that, that's going to separate you from anybody that's doing what you're doing.
and
And
not
you
only that,
always
the
want to do something
parent.
that's unique because you got so many people that's doing the same thing. But what you want to show, we go beyond that.
We go beyond
They
that.
at level A, we teach them to be at level G.
Yeah, you're right,
Okay,
my
let's
friend.
continue on. City data, we want to talk about that tonight too. When we go to city data, we're going to be talking about a comprehensive profile. Again, we're going to put your zip code in there and see what does it look like in terms of population. And in terms of population, that is the race, the ethnicity breakdown, if the people was born here, if he wasn't born here, income
Mm-hmm.
data, is it median income? What is the per capita income? Income distribution, the crime trends, the law enforcement, housing permits that's in that area, real estate, etc. So this is a wide. I use this site a lot, but I also use the government census tract a lot too to gather the data that I need to make an argument for whatever I'm trying to do. Okay, let's continue on. Now, this is also important, and we're going to go to this site as well. And this is the state of Florida. And what the state of Florida does is to give you a breakdown of what does health look like in your neighborhood. For example, how many kids are suffering um from asthma? How many
Mm.
kids are in foster care? How many kids are dealing with chronic illness, sickle
What
cell,
is the website for
sickle cell?
this? What's the website for this? You just said
Oh,
stick.
we're gonna go to it when we finish this right here. We're gonna go to all these websites.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to each one of these websites. But before we get to the website, I'm just gonna give you some information about what the website is gonna look like. But we're gonna go to each one of these individuals, and then we're
Okay.
gonna learn about life expectancy, community health map, chronic disease data, behavioral risk factors, etc. You talked, I think, last week about your special need kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many special need kids are in the state of Florida
I know,
or
but
in Hillsborough County?
I don't, but it's a lot.
Guess what?
Okay.
Tonight we're going to find out
It's
all
a
that
lot. It's a
information.
lot. Jesus, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay. Then it breaks down to specific profiles, health outcomes, and things of that nature. Let's continue on. And then we go to street level intelligence. And this goes back to the data source that can tell us, and it's the feds that's providing this information about the U.S. business data, consumer lifestyle, community organizing tools, street level drill down. Again, we're going to go to all of this. Read me the bottom line at the end.
Read you the bottom line at the end. He said we
Yeah,
can
right down.
drill all the way down to the address.
Yes. Yes.
Income in the household, value
Yes.
of the house. Oh, that is
Yes.
critical to understanding the real degree of the. Let me see. Can we go further down? No.
The real degree of the problem.
Wow. That's deep.
That's why I'm saying when you finish this class, when you go back to all these big classes, you're gonna be teaching those people a little something, something. You know? And they gonna say, "But you're the student," and you say, "Yeah, I'm the student, but I'm also the teacher."
Amen.
Okay, let's continue on. Okay, and then we're gonna talk about the 10 Google tools you can do in terms of research. For example, how to put in when you're doing a search in Google and you want to come up with an exact phrase, like you want to know um, low income kids in Tampa. You put it in quotes. And when you put it in quotes, it's only going to bring you that information instead of a lot of information that you don't need. You can do the exact word of something. You put a dash before that. You can
Mhm.
research images. You can research websites. You can research file type. All the stuff you can do with Google. We're gonna play with Google a little bit also. Okay, read this for me. The types
Primary
of
vers-
research.
primary versus secondary research. It says primary research firsthand, also called qualitative research.
Yeah.
Qualitative research. Research you conduct yourself. Original firsthand data collection in the field. Focus group with community members. Gather perspectives, stories, and lived experience. It's client and customer survey. Structured questionnaire and qualified options and need. Quantity, QUANIT, quantity, options, and need. Competitive analysis and observation, direct study of peer organization and community conditions. First-hand insight. You control the questions, the sample, and the method. Hmm. Market research. The progress of gathering the process. The process of gathering information about your target
No,
market.
before you get that, go to secondary research and then come
Oh,
down here.
first, oh, primary and secondary research. Okay. Also called quantitative. Okay, primary and secondary. Also called quantitative research. Data that already exists, published, verified, and free to use in your need statements.
Uh-huh.
U.S. Census,
Uh-huh.
the Census Bureau, census.gov, the gold standards for population data.
It is
Government
the
agencies.
gold standard.
Mm. Government agencies, federal, state, local data, um, partial and dashboard. Educational institute and university, research study and white paper. What is that? Educational institute and university.
White papers are no more than an expert might write a subject on a particular topic, and it's called a white paper.
Oh,
You're gonna be creating your white papers when you start to do consultant work. You're gonna be creating your own white papers when you give
Michael,
your expertise
Michael, you
into a
got to walk me
particular.
through. You got to walk me through it because I'm reading this, but you think I'm trade association and chamber of
Yes,
commerce.
that's another place that you can get information from, and it's called primary versus secondary. The one
Hmm.
thing we want to know about primary research is that it's subjective information. We're actually asking the person themselves.
Yeah.
Secondary research is what we call objective. Objective research, and that we're looking at data that's been collected by looking at large numbers of people and coming away with a particular outcome or objective. That being said, go back down now to definition.
Market research, the process of gathering information about your target market, data that influence program design, decision making, and funding proposal.
Excellent.
Gathering.
And we can find this by going to you. I mean, you. I can't even pronounce it, man. What is that?
YouTube,
Yoo-hoo?
Yahoo.
Yahoo! I could not get that out. I went brain dead as much as I do research on it, right? But yeah, we can go through portals like that in order to get the aggregated community information we need. Again, this is so very important when you are definitely going to try to go and get money or if you're trying to convince somebody of what the problem is. Primary research, which is qualitative research, and secondary research, which is quantitative research. Both research are very important. One is subjective, when you do focus group to ask the person about something, and the other is secondary, when you go to like the Census Bureau to get out information. Okay, let's continue. Okay, and this goes further to say, where do you find published data? And you can go to the U.S. Census Bureau. You can go to World Index and International Service. You would only need this if you got international clients. Like I have international clients.
Ah,
My clients run across the board. I got lawyers, I got doctors, I got
really?
accountants. Huh?
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You don't realize know who you messing with, right? All you
No,
gotta
I
do is
don't.
Google me. All you gotta do is Google me. All you gotta do is go to GPT or Chat GPT, and you're gonna say, "That's Mike." Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. You every
I
time I talk
didn't get
to
here
you, go wrong.
overnight, man. I did the hard way. I learned.
What?
And then we can go to trade organizations and chambers of commerce. That's important if you got a client that wants to start a business, for example, and you're trying to get the data to show that the business is working. Like you, when you want to start your business, you want to go to get the data to show here's how many businesses that exist already in the neighborhood that do what we do, and here is what make us unique. You can go to the Department of Commerce when you're doing business, educational resources. I go to university all the time
My
to get
goodness.
information. And then you can
A
go to
lot of research
magazine.
area.
And,
That's a lot.
huh?
That's a lot. How do you know which one to go to and for oh, Jesus.
It depends on the research you're doing. That's going to determine which one. You're not going to need all of these. But you're going to have different types of clients, and different clients require different types of research that you need to do. What you want to be able to do to be in a position to know where to get the information if you need it. You don't
Mm,
necessarily need all this, but you want to know where to go just in case you need to know.
you're really knowledgeable, Michael. Hmm.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you, I'll say it again. When you're black, you better know 9 different things, if not 20. Okay, now let's break down targeted marketing framework. Tell me the difference, the four types of research strategies that we can use. Starting with the first one.
Geographic, demographic, psychographic, behavioral. Um,
Now, tell me
um,
about geographic. What is geographic? Read that.
Geographic. Geographic focus on where your target population lives. I definitely need geographic.
Yes,
Focus on where
yes,
your target population live. Neighborhood, zip code, and region define
yes.
the service area. And I need
So geographic
demographic too.
is, yeah, geographic in the short is this location.
I need to
The
go,
next type of research.
yeah, so it's a demographic, focus on who they are,
Yeah,
age,
yes,
gender. I definitely need demographic,
yes,
ethnicity, household size, income, and educational level.
yes. And next,
Psychographic. I never heard of psychographic. Talk about
most people don't. When I tell you you're gonna be knowing things, people who are got doctorate degrees are not gonna know what you learned from this class.
wow.
So
Psychographic focus on how they think,
yes.
values, motivations, lifestyle choices, attitude, and personal interests. How do you find this out about the person? By how they live? Oh, Lord.
Well,
Focus.
it's all you have to do is go to different sites, and the different sites you go to will give you this information.
I want to see
They've
where.
already done the research. So all you gotta go to these sites and find the information.
And then the other one, oh Lord, behavioral, focus on what they do, awareness level. Hmm. response to service, engagement,
Yes.
history, and decision making. How people, I didn't know that about people.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why do you think white people know us so well? They do this research on us all the time, but as blacks, we don't do the same research. So what we know tonight is that there are four types of marketing strategy: geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral. And these are four types of marketing strategy. Most time when we do research, we only do geographic and demographic.
Mhm.
Most of us don't do psychographic or behavioral research.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now, read this for me.
This is deep. You said what you know now. Data tells the story. Multiple data sources paint a comprehensive picture of your community need. Never rely on a single source. And it says never rely on a single source. Free
Mm-hmm.
tool exists. Area
Mm-hmm.
vibe, area vibe, zip code, sites, citydata.com, crime data sites,
Mm-hmm.
state health department, and reference solutions are all free and powerful.
Yes. And we're going to go to each
Mhm.
of these.
All free and powerful. It said
Yes.
drill down deep. Most tools
Yes.
allow you to go from city to neighborhood to zip code to census,
Yes. Yes.
census tract to street address. The deeper you go, the stronger your case in the name of
Okay.
Jesus. Hallelujah. Jesus.
Okay.
Strengthens your need statement. Each data point is evident.
Yes.
Use crime grades, income data, health rates, and population status to make an undeniable argument. Wait a minute. Strengthen your need statement. Each data point is evident. Use
Yes.
crime grades, income data, health
Yes.
rates, and population stats to make an undeniable argument. Search
Okay.
smarter. Jesus. Apply the 10 Google techniques and market research framework to find data fast and with greater decision. Wait, don't move that.
Okay.
Let me copy this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Ah,
Okay.
and
Jesus.
finally, read the last thing.
Read the last thing.
The
Down
last.
here. He said begin collecting data points for your community and build your needs statement. You have the tool. Go and tell your story, Naomi.
That's what this is all about.
Telling a
Telling your
story.
story. And you can only tell the story if you got the data, evidence-based data to back what you say. That's how you tell your story
You're
through
gonna help me write a
science.
book. You're gonna help me write a
Through
book.
science. Okay. All right. Let's come out of here. Now let's go and see if we can find one of those sites. Let's see what we got here. Um, hold on. Let me come down and which one do I want first? Yeah, let's go here. Okay, let me come back up again. And full screen. What is your zip code?
33612. Put it in.
What, say it again?
33612. Uh-oh. We
Three
didn't.
three. 612, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh Lord, the suitcase
Okay.
city.
Bam. This is going to tell you everything about your neighborhood. It's going to tell you area that's near you. Let's continue to go down so we can get the data. Okay, continue to go down. Okay, this is not doing what it's supposed to do. Let me see, let me see. Because we should be able to. Oh, here we go. Hold on 1 second. Now, which one of these areas are you close to?
Temple
Let me
Terrace.
know.
Temple Terrace.
Temper, Temperatures? Hold on. Payment, oh no. Let me click this. Neighborhood on. Okay.
University area. Well,
Okay. Let's click that.
well, not quite. The
Why is this
rental
thing
property.
popping up? This thing should not be popping up.
Well, this is not really university area. The rental, the business is going
Hmm.
to be is university area. University area.
Hold on 1 second. That didn't go down, didn't it? Because that's. See what happens if I open up this right here. No, this is not it. There's something wrong with this thing right here. Let's go to zip. Let's go here then. And let me put down zip code. Well, I did 33602, but I want to do your zip code. Hold on, let me go here. And what's your zip code again?
33612.
Three three
Where I
six,
live or where the business is?
whichever.
12. I
Now
live
let's go where you live at so you can see what's going on in your neighborhood.
33612. 612. Not much
33612.
going on over here. People don't work over here, most of them.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, you got 49,000 people that live in your neighborhood. The average income is 47,000. The average house, this is a poor neighborhood or
It is.
something like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
houses only, the average housing is 282,000.
Mm-hmm.
In most neighborhoods, it starts off with 500,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a total healthcare facilities in your neighborhood. You got 23.7% businesses. You got about 1,000 plus businesses in your neighborhood. You got 18,000 plus families. Employment, 57% of people in your neighborhood uh, actually work.
Mm.
Um,
That's
at
not good.
least 19% of the people in your neighborhood have at least a bachelor degree.
Wow.
You have 15 schools in your neighborhood.
Mm.
And the size of your neighborhood is 9,947 square miles.
But wait a minute. This is only 33612?
Yeah, only 33612.
Hmm.
So let's go on and get some more information. Okay, again, this is the population in 2020, 2024,
It went down.
2026. It looks like your neighborhood is going down.
Yeah, we
It
got 40,
started in
40,
2020 with 49,000,
49.
and now in
Up to 49.
2026 that's down to 47,000.
Mm-hmm.
Household again over 18,000. the average house. When you start getting money, you need to buy up a lot of property in your neighborhood. Because when they come over and start doing development, these prices are going to shoot up crazily, right?
Mm.
But right now, if I was an investor, I'd be all over your neighborhood buying up property. At
Really?
286,000 in the average neighborhood in West Tampa and in other places, that's 500,000. The
Because
average.
these older houses, right? Michael, when I moved here, my house was 70,000 30 years ago. 70,000. 70.
I know it's going to be at least 15 times that. Now we can break down the population over time. From 2012 up to 2024. In 2019, your neighborhood, most people moved in your neighborhood during 2019. And then it started to go down. It went back up again in 2022, and now it's heading
I wonder
downward.
why it went up in 22. Why did it go up in 2019?
I have no
What
idea.
happened?
They just give you the raw data and not the particular. I would suspect that given the prices, a lot of people started to move into that neighborhood.
Not necessarily homeowners, maybe renting or something. So
No,
this
these are let me see what they're saying.
is probably renters.
Oh yeah, they just give population. They don't give it their renters or anything like that. We're gonna get that information in just a second. This is only the population. You see why this information is so important? You know, if you want to make an argument in your particular business area, you want to show that, hey, here's the demographic population of the kids that need my service in this
That's what it
particular
is.
business sector.
We should be doing it for the rental for the where the daycare gonna be. Oh, I need to send you my business
Yes,
plan too. We need to plug this in
yes, yes, yes.
for the grants.
Okay, now look at this. We
Yui.
can break it down by age and gender as well.
Mm.
And that's what you want to break down in your business area. You know, let me see your let me look at this.
Lots of pregnant people
Most
down there.
people in your neighborhood is between 20 and 24. You live in a lot of young people live in your neighborhood.
I don't think so. What year is this? What are you looking at?
This is, um, what demographic is this? I know this is the most recent data. Let me go and see where I can't see where it is. But that's what they say. Most people in your neighborhood is between 22 and 24.
Mm.
And then it goes down from there. But look at this. Between the age of 5 to 5 and 8, you also got a large area of population. So you might even want to think about doing a daycare in your neighborhood because you definitely got the demographics in terms of that age group. And then um, it breaks it down to um, um, male, female, and then it breaks it down by race. In your neighborhood, 23 plus percent are black, 29 is white, um, Hispanic. Oh, we got more Hispanics in your neighborhood. Got 30% Hispanics. And then Asians, that's about 2%. And then others. Others mean a mix of everything. So black, Hispanics, and then a breakdown of male versus female, which is almost evenly in your neighborhood. Citizenship. The majority are from America. However, you do have a percent, that's 15% are from foreign nations, foreign
Non-citizen.
nationalism, and Native American. You got what? 6% are Native American. Now we can break it down into income. When we look at income, Actually, the income has gone up in your neighborhood.
You think so?
Uh, Looking at 2027, the income has gone up. But guess what? Inflation has gone up. So
Yeah.
that means even though income is going up, because inflation is going up, you're still not making it to pay. You still have to pay borrow from Paul, Peter, and all those people, right?
Peter,
What is
Paul,
that? Paul,
James,
Peter,
John,
whatever it means.
everybody. That's why if I
So
have
as
a
you see, income is coming up, going up in your neighborhood. So that's a good thing. And then we could break down medium household income, medium family income. Do you see what kind of information we got here? The
Mhm.
average person in your neighborhood would not be able to give you all this information. Then we could break down again on average household income, employment status. Your
What?
There's only 3% of people in your neighborhood that's unemployed.
What?
The vast majority of them are employed. Um, However,
No, the green. No,
39%,
the green say unemployed. The green,
yeah, they're not. When they say not in the
not
labor
in
market, I
labor
mean they're too
force.
young to be in the labor market because this captures everybody, no
Oh,
matter what their age is. So when they say not in the labor market,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
8, 9, 10, 15, 16. But unemployed in people in your neighborhood is only 3% unemployed. And
Oh,
then employed is 57%. The greater majority of people in your neighborhood are employed.
and that's children in the green.
Yes, yes. And then we could even break down the types of occupation.
Education.
26% hold management positions, 20% have services, 21% is sales and office, natural resources 18%, production, transportation, and material movement is 14%. Back down to the value of homes in your neighborhood compared to the larger. Now, in your neighborhood, for example, it's 212. What is that same number for Tampa?
You say what is the same number for Tampa?
Right, this is you here, and
Mm-hmm.
this is Tampa. What is this number?
Oh, 420. But we're in Tampa too.
Yeah,
420.
but in your particular zip code, when you compare it to the Tampa as a whole,
So
you
you
see what I'm
say
saying?
Tampa, but where's the zip code?
Well, this is not a zip code. This is all of Tampa, including
Oh,
your
okay.
zip code. It's the average house is 420. And your zip code is 282,000. That tells us a lot about your neighborhood.
Because it's in the
Compared to
city
Hillsborough
and
County, in Hillsborough County, it's 371,000.
mm,
When we look at the state of Florida, it's 359. And we look at the nation, it's 332. What
mm.
do we know about these numbers?
I live in the poorest neighborhood.
No, we know that Tampa is the highest. To buy a house in Tampa is the highest in the nation.
Wait a
When you
minute.
compare it
This
to
is
Hillsborough County, when you compare it to
mm,
Florida, and
for
when
the
you
nation.
compare it to the nation, Tampa, Florida
Oh, it's the
has the
highest. Mm.
highest. You pay the highest for property in the city of Tampa
Oh,
as a whole.
oh my
Now, if you
God.
go to individual zip code, it's going to be different. But if you look at Tampa as a whole, it's the highest in the nation. If you ask the average person, you know what they're going to tell you? Florida. But no, Tampa is the highest in the United States. Now, keep in mind, this is based on 2024 numbers,
Yeah.
which is the most recent data, by the way. And this give it the home value over a period of time. in your zip code. Now, the good news is the home value is going up. Even though it's at 280,000, that value is going up. Okay. Now you talk about rent, right? Well, when you talk about rent, this is a breakdown of rent in your neighborhood. It's the highest of people paying 1,000 to almost 2,500. It's pretty cheap about the rent in your neighborhood compared to other parts of town.
Mm.
You got places where you can get from 500 to $1,000. And some, look, well, it's only a little, you got 4 points that's less than 500. And then you got, but these are the ranges that people have in your household, in your neighborhood. You can tell information about your neighbors that they don't even know about the household income.
Mm.
This is median gross rent over time, occupancy. This breaks down that. Um, wow. A large percent of people in your neighborhood rent. What is that percent? 62%. Man, only, well, 22% of people in your neighborhood own that house.
Wow, that's
But
bad.
the greater majority of people in your neighborhood is 62%. Um, the greatest number of housing occupancy is renters, and they say
Mhm.
62%. But depending upon how you're looking at these numbers. If I'm looking at these numbers, I'm saying a lot of these people will know to need daycare because they're low income. See, I'm
Mhm.
looking at it from a business perspective, you know, and I said, wow, my business is going to do well in this neighborhood because a lot of people rent. So that means they have to have some place for their kids to go. So you
Mhm.
can use this data in a lot of different ways.
And low income, so school readiness. So they get school readiness.
Yes, yes. Um, so the majority of them are single family units. You do have 46% that's multifamily, and then you have other types of units. Education. When we look at education, um,
High school graduate.
um,
Less than ninth grade,
let me
3,000.
see.
Ooh, yoo, yoo. He
You
said less
got,
than ninth grade. It says 3,080.
yeah, a lot
Mhm.
of people in your school. A lot of people in your neighborhood have at least a high school diploma. S- Uh, only 16% have some college. Only 8% has an associate degree, and 14% have a bachelor degree. Only 4% has a grad degree. Health insurance. The majority of people have either private insurance or public insurance. And 23% of the people in your neighborhood have no health insurance whatsoever.
Wow. That is
Now,
definitely.
one of my clients that I'm doing that hire me to do work with them, when they look at these numbers right here, uninsured is 23%. I mean, it's 23%. Why do you think that eyes light up?
Jesus, because we're paying more. Oh, God, I don't know.
No, because they're doing insurance.
They're
So
doing
this
what?
is like,
They need,
wow,
oh, they need insurance.
yes. So they looking at this neighborhood and say, yeah, I need to get into this neighborhood because
Hold
I
on a
got
minute. What?
9,000.
But they're affordable care. So why don't these people have insurance?
Since your president got in office, there is no thing as affordable care no more.
Huh?
Those things are like almost in the past.
That's what I
And
have, the
that's good.
affordable care.
Now, a lot of people got no insurance because they make a little bit too much
Oh,
to get government help. They make this a little bit too much. So they find themselves in a position where either I'm going to get health insurance or I'm going to feed my family.
mm,
And that's the true state of what's going on. When people say and they look at this number and they see health insurance, 23% don't have it, they think that these people don't work. But
oh,
most of these people do work. Because if they didn't work, they could get private health insurance. But they make a little bit too much. It might be $1 too much. Okay, let's continue on. Um, the number of people that live in poverty that's in your neighborhood between 2011 and
oh, all the way down in
2024
2018.
is um is going up. And with AI coming like it is, this number's gonna go up even more.
Mm.
When did you move into your neighborhood?
1996. 30 years.
When?
1996.
Oh,
30 years
well,
ago.
this only goes back to 2011 when numbers really start to go up. And
Hmm.
then it started to go all the way down in 2018. And now the poverty level is going back up again. When we talk about schools, nursery schools, 5%, kindergarten, 7%, elementary, 41%. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. Had to run to the bathroom real quick. All right. Now, where did we leave off? Elementary school. So who do you deal with? Nursery, preschool. What?
So that's what
What
I
group?
that's what I do. My mom would call nursery preschool. I do a preschool.
Well, it's not that many opportunities in your neighborhood. You only have 5.7% in your neighborhood, but that's 621. So that's a good number, right? And
So
then it breaks it
what
down.
is the 621 families?
Um, no, these are the kids that are going to
That
nursery
age.
school.
That age.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's from age 3 and older.
But you know what?
Early
Children can be,
childhood. No, you do early childhood. So
yeah,
12% is in your neighborhood.
yeah,
That's a
I'll do
good
early.
number.
I'll do
In
early child.
your neighborhood, not where your business is, you have over 1,000 kids that's eligible for early childhood.
Hmm.
So see how we see why this information is so important.
I wonder how many parents can you narrow it down to how many parents work nights and weekends and maybe work in the hospital. I mean that I
It's
need
it's
this.
you can get that research, but not from here. So that data sources we can go to provide that type of information to be more specific.
I need that for the USF area.
Yeah, yeah, we can get information like that. So I'm going to stop here tonight. I'm going to send you to other sites, and part of your home assignment is going to be putting in the information and telling me what your neighborhood look like.
What?
That
Not
being
this
the
one,
case,
the other one, right? Okay, we already did
was
this one.
yeah, yeah, not your, I'm your business, not your home, but your business.
The other one. Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when I send you this, I want you to put in your business address
Yeah.
and see what your business address looks like.
And you're gonna tell me what question do you need? I mean, you're gonna send me this one too?
I'm gonna send you all four of them.
Michael, I didn't get the because my computer went off last week. I didn't get the rest of the thing.
Oh, it's no need. We just did it tonight.
Okay,
We
Michael, you
went through
keep
all of that last week. That when we got knocked off, the night we went through all of it.
scared
Plus,
me.
we went to the sites. So this is gonna be everything tonight that I'm going to send you. Okay,
Okay.
you know what I'm going to ask after every class. Give me two things
Oh.
that you learned tonight.
Wow, that everything I need is right at my fingertip. Um, and that you're super smart.
Look, you gotta be, man. You don't get to 70 years old not being smart, right? You
Still, I'm
gotta
gonna be
lose.
calling you. I'm gonna calling you a lot.
Well, I think that what you're gonna find, man, and I say again, I got doctors, that's part of my clientele, lawyers, accountants, CEOs of corporations that
Mhm.
are part of my clientele. My
Wow.
clientele range from the person who has a eighth grade education to a
Mm.
person that got doctorate degrees and all in between.
And the eighth grade education is doing really good, whatever they do.
Well, you got people that's doing, and got an eighth grade education, but they're doing good in terms of business.
I know.
For
Mm-hmm.
example, they might be running a store. You know, they're making good money. You
Mm-hmm.
know, making real good money. They might have an academic education, but business wise, they got a
Mm-hmm.
college education.
Mm-hmm.
Business wise, right? But academically, that's why I don't judge a person by their educational level. I judge them by their skill set and their knowledge base.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to follow up next week to see what's going on with your status because it would have been 2 weeks next week to
Oh
find out what's
yeah.
going on
Oh yeah.
with the status and see if we can't get it expedited.
You're right. You're right.
Anything else before we leave tonight?
So should I send you my business plan?
Yeah, send me your business plan so I can take a look at it and
So
give you
where we
some
at? Are we finished? Where we at? How many more classes to go? I'm enjoying these classes. I
oh
don't know if I'm
shucks, man,
retaining.
we got most of next month to do.
Okay.
So we're gonna be doing this all the way up to the part near the end of September.
Oh,
So when I told you it's gonna be a lot of information,
it is a lot. It
I
is a lot.
really mean it. And we're not even halfway, we're almost halfway through class. So when I tell you it's gonna be a lot of information, you're gonna say that money you invested was well invested.
Yeah.
Well
So
invested.
did you say I should send you the business plan? When can I send it to you to look at it?
Yeah, send it over. And I'll see if I can get to it before next Friday class.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna and this when you by the time you finish this class, you're gonna go back to those people you're dealing with. And when I tell you this right here, I'm telling the truth. You're gonna know more than them. You're
Mhm.
gonna know more, dude. And they got college degrees within that subject area, right? But this class right here, when you go back to them, oh my God. Oh yeah. You're gonna know more than them.
Okay, Michael.
Any thoughts before we leave tonight?
Huh?
Any thoughts? Anything else before we leave tonight?
You said to send the business plan, right?
Yeah, send me the business plan. And we look at it, give you
On
some
the 14th.
insights.
Just the okay. Okay.
All right. So hang on in there. We're gonna make it through. Right? If you think your other class got a lot of information, look, when people take this class, they say, God, I
You
get
did.
more information from my college course. When my they say, Lord have mercy, you give me more information than I'm at a university class. They say,
This
I
is
feel like I'm back in college again, right? And I say, that's what you deserve.
I'm
You
gonna put your
deserve a
name into
class that's gonna
I'm gonna put your name in and see what you're made of, Michael. I'm made of fact, I need to put my name into.
Put my name in. All you gotta do is put Michael Randolph and put Center for Nonprofit and Community Development and uh uh do it for ChatGPT, AR, any of them. And then put Michael Randolph and put in West Tampa CDC. And it's gonna come back as a bad somebody. Cause
Ah,
I worked with this about almost over 200, maybe 200, no, 200, 300 nonprofits have taken one of my classes. Most of them have taken my overview class, not the in-depth class,
Jesus.
but the overview class. The overview class is about an hour and an hour long. My in-depth class, like the class you're taking, is months
Mhm.
long. But
Jesus.
anyway, it is what it is. But send me over that business plan. See you
Okay.
next week. Don't work too hard.
Okay, Michael.
Have a good